Okay guys, so today I am making a caprese omelet on my weight loss day one. This is my brunch that I'm having. I'm using fresh mozzarella that I had gotten from Walmart, and I'm using these cherry tomatoes. I think they're cherub cherry tomatoes. And I have went ahead and sliced the cherry tomatoes in half, and I have the mozzarella that I also have to go ahead and slice in half in just a second, just to give you an idea of what I'm going to be putting in this omelet. So we'll go ahead and finish slicing the rest of the mozzarella. Like I said, I already got a hold of the tomatoes and cut them in half as well. I am going to go ahead and use fresh basil. I feel like fresh basil and dried basil have very different tastes. It is a more sweeter taste with the fresh basil. The dry basil has just like to me, has a similar taste to Italian seasoning. So I'm going to go ahead and use the fresh basil. So bear with me while I hold my camera and try to pick the leaves off the basil here. My goal with my whole recipes, all my recipes, are that I'm using fresh ingredients to help me get my body back into shape. So I'm going to go ahead and take the basil leaves and roll them together. That way they stay in place as I cut them. I just don't want basil flying all over my kitchen as I chop it up. So I just basically stack the leaves and then I roll them and then I place it on my cutting board and I'll start chopping these up here. And if you've ever cut parsley or basil, you'll know that if you just cut it like the leaves by themselves, like it either gets stuck to the knife or when you're chopping them, it just makes a huge mess. So this just kind of prevents the mess. So I'm just going to go across and cut down the leaves, and then I'm going to go ahead and go the other direction horizontally and then just cut those as well so I can make it a little more manageable putting those into my omelet. I'm just going to check and make sure they're all separated here, and it looks like they are. Okay, so we got everything chopped up and ready to go. And then I am making turkey bacon to go on the side of this. I am reducing my amount of intake as far as meat goes. I'm going to go with more leaner meats, probably some, even fish and shrimp, things like that. But with this, I'm making turkey bacon. This is the only meat that I will be having for the day because during keto, you want to make sure you're getting a lot of fresh veggies. And, your protein, you want it to be lean. So, like I said, my goal is to have rapid weight loss. I have about 110 pounds that I want to lose by November. I know that's a very ambitious goal, but I'm, attempting to do that because, like I said, I do have a very important event that I have to go to, and I want to look my absolute best, so we are going to really push for this. I'm going to go ahead and flip all this turkey bacon here. My family is also eating this, so, I made just a bunch for everybody. My kiddos are not on this diet, but they do eat, the same breakfast and dinner that I make with just a couple of different variations. So I scrambled my eggs and put them in my pan. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a few of my sliced cherry tomatoes. And then I'm also going to add some of the fresh mozzarella. Guys, this mozzarella is so yummy. I buy this from Walmart, and it's even good as a snack if you drain it. You can just grab a couple pieces on the go and just snack on them. I love cheese, so this is perfect for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw a few of those in here. I'm going to sprinkle some basil in there as well, just to kind of give it a sweeter taste to the omelet as well. And then we're just going to let this cook until the entire omelet cooks all the way through. And then you have your omelet. It's very basic, very simple. The cheese is in there, your veggies are in there, and then you have your protein, which are your eggs, and then your turkey bacon, of course. And throw some salt in there, and we're going to throw some pepper in there as well. I'm not a huge fan of pepper, but I do know that pepper boosts your metabolism, and with that being said, I need all the help that I can get with helping to change the way my metabolism functions. And so I'm going to throw some pepper in there, and we're just going to let this simmer until it's fully cooked all the way through. I didn't start my lunch. This is actually brunch. I didn't start making this until probably around 12:15 because I do drink a filling coffee supplement in the morning to help me also lose weight and feel, full for longer. So I didn't actually get hungry until around 12:30 that day. So we went ahead and had just like a brunch instead of making breakfast. So I was up at 7 o'clock in the morning and didn't eat until almost 1 o'clock. But this is kind of what the omelet looks like. I know it takes a minute to cook because you don't want to cook your eggs super high, because it's a really quick and easy way to burn. Like just like meat with eggs, you want to cook it kind of like on a medium low heat. That way your eggs don't get like burnt and brown because that is a horrible taste. I'm not a big fan. It's just disgusting. I don't like it. But we're going to cover it. That way it cooks on both sides. We're going to check the progress here. Our cheese is starting to melt. And there you go. That's a caprese omelet.